stockbroking now online jobs site Career One today announcing its new vision and roadmap as it tries to become more relevant. The strategy developed by former Yahoo 7 CEO Karen Lawson, who now heads up Career One, but is a loss-making company ahead of the curve, simply trying to play catch-up. Well, Ms. Lawson joins me now in studio. Karen Lawson, thanks very much for your time this morning. The new approach, what are the trends you've been seeing or predicting to see in the market that's led to this new approach?
The first one, I think, is really looking at the Australian marketplace in terms of consumers. Australians are now looking for many different things out of their lives and their working careers. So it's not really a job for life anymore, particularly the new millennial workforce that are becoming much more significant in the workforce today. They're really looking for freedoms, for flexibilities, and they're also more interested in social responsibility as well. So that's affecting whether people are interested in going for full-time work or perhaps having more flexible alternatives. And then from the employee side, we're starting to see real shifts in social hiring, seeing recruitment actually start to come back in-house as these brands and businesses really realise that the competition for talent is a war. So having your employee brand that's in-house, thinking about how you're going to attract that talent is really important. And of course now there's a fragmentation of different ways to find people. So it's a complex environment to navigate now.
Well then, how does Career One tailor itself to the changing dynamic? I mean, specifically, what are you launching? What are the initiatives?
So first of all, the main shift for us as a business is moving away from being a job board and going beyond that and building ourselves into a targeting business and into a media business. So we really surround ourselves around those kind of three core pillars of business which help businesses focus on sourcing talent, and that's through digital headhunting. Moving into employer branding, so different solutions like virtual fairs, virtual environments, looking at different advertising initiatives as well. And then the third pillar is around what's that media suite, so what are the rich media opportunities that we have to help connect brands with their chosen audiences.
Looking at the space, I mean, I think it's fair to say LinkedIn is, really dominates the space in that sort of portal style that you were discussing. I mean, is this an admission that, look, maybe we need to look at other ways because we can't quite compete with these guys?
Oh, I think that's totally fair. There's been a recent survey where we surveyed a number of different companies, and 51% of them said that it was incredibly challenging to hire talent. So that already tells us that these systems aren't working at scale. I think the biggest challenge for the job boards and even the new aggregators that are now coming into the markets, the likes of Indeed and AdSooner that Fairfax has just recently partnered with, is that they're all still doing the same thing, which is they're chasing that active candidate. So at any one point in time, probably between 10 to 13% of the workforce is actively looking for jobs. But if you talk to any CEO or any hiring manager, they'll all tell you what are they most interested in is finding the very best talent for that role, not the very best talent that's actively looking at the time. So how do you reach that 90% of the population that would be very interested in finding out what they could do and other alternatives? So we're now providing that way to reach that 90% of the population. So we're not following Seek in terms of that job board. We're actually redefining and re-envisaging how businesses can connect to their chosen audiences.
Just finally then, I mean, how hopeful are you of the new strategy getting you into the black, which will be for the first time?
Yeah. Well, I think if we consider the success that it's already had from a soft launch mid-last year, Digital Headhunter has now overtaken our listings business. So it's growing 33% quarter on quarter. So I think the biggest barometer of any success of a business is are customers enjoying it? Is it working? Are they coming back? Are they buying it? And we're finding not only companies are using our technology to target employees, but they're also using it to target industry sectors, and brands are using it to be able to reach their marketing messages to particular job types.
Karen Lawson, good luck with it. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.